Hey everyone, it is the Let's Get Loud podcast with Jane A. Hello, Alicia.
Hello, Jose.
Listen, I saw that Neil got his passport. It's a really nice one too.
They're sexy. The new passports are
Yeah, they're
sexy.
sexy. Yeah.
Worth the wait.
So happy that your husband will not be deported soon.
I know, it's really great news, actually.
Yeah, holy shit.
Yeah, no, it's a breath of relief.
Ah, finally.
Someone actually messaged me and she said that her wife had just done the test and she was like, "Oh, we want to we're going to travel, we're going to book flights." I was like, "Calm down." It was almost a year between the time that Neil took the test and actually got his passport in his hand. It was a year.
Wow.
So I was like, I would do nothing. Like, I would do nothing but wait.
Yeah, but wait until it actually happens.
Yeah.
How is this strike of posting affecting you?
Well, I mean, nothing crazy.
Same, nothing
I
crazy.
I normally send to like people that are like my Shackley clients
Right,
every
right,
month,
right, right.
brand new clients. I'll send them like a sample and a thank you card in the mail.
Okay.
That's about it.
How about receiving things? Is that like having an impact?
No, because the businesses got their life together.
Yeah, and they like figured out not to use it.
There was a few, I was dumb and I sent a few things right before the strike. Like I
Okay.
didn't think it was going to be this dramatic.
Right. I
Like
like,
it's not like I did it and was like, "Oh, I didn't know there was a strike." I was like, "No, I made the conscious choice to do it."
yeah, you just felt like it was going to be like fixed like in a couple days, whatever. No, yeah,
Yeah.
that's like my jam. I would have done the same thing. I
I
don't know
like it's
things because
been
I don't know
weeks.
how, but yes.
Anyway, and so it's yeah. No, I'm good. What about you?
I mean, there's a few like I feel like things are taking a little longer, but then I'm like, I think it's just holidays. I don't think it's like related to the strike.
Well, I mean, it might be
It
because
might be,
all
I
these
don't know.
other businesses are now doing
Now,
all of it.
yes. Yeah. So it's like related, but not directly, but it is like it's impacting it. But at least I was like early enough with like it's only the 11th. So there's nothing like, and I'm all for going to the mall and like being like, here is me shopping and buying it right in this moment. Um, yeah, so there's a few things that I like, I just like want to walk around and be like, oh, this is nice or that's nice. You know what I mean?
I feel like that's what I need to do near the end of my shopping.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like, okay, I have like I've
The
done all of
bigger thing.
this
Yes, yes,
and
yes.
now I just need one lap of the mall.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what I'm doing on Friday. Like I think I'll be able to finish it off on Friday. Like kind of look at
Okay.
what's missing and do multiple stores, but it definitely is quite like time consuming to go like Winners and then Marshalls and then the mall and then you know what I mean? Like because c'est tout séparé. So I do see that home sense, you know. And so I think it's best if you go in with a list. Like I need to buy something for my mom. I need to buy something for
Yeah.
my cleaning lady. I need to buy, so I need to know what that is. I can't just like walk around and be like, I'm going to buy something for my cleaning lady. Like I need to be like, that's, so I think I'm going to do like a throw blanket. Like I did.
Oh, such a
I
nice
love a
gift.
throw blanket.
I
Like,
also need to tell you that Lulu coffee cup
is it
is
nice?
it is the best
Oh,
travel coffee. It keeps it so hot
oh yes. Okay. So
and
that's
it
nice.
screws on. It is my top coffee cup on the
Oh,
go.
should have bought myself one.
You really should have.
Oh, I'm happy to hear that. That's fun when you get like a nice quality thing. You know what I mean? You're like, oh, I'm gonna be able to use it. Because there's a lot of things that we get that are just not that good
Crap.
quality. Crap, literally crap.
I feel like home sense for you right now is like feta cheese was for you about 15 years ago.
Yes. Listen, guys, like I walked into Home Sense. People don't know the feta cheese story, but like listen, yes, it's like me walking into a Sobeys and finally looking at other things than just the four ingredients that I buy and being like, oh, this is where people buy feta cheese. Like I didn't know that people bought fancy feta cheese at the Sobeys. I felt like it was like a store that only restaurants can buy. You know what
A
I mean?
cheese, a special cheese
Special cheese.
imported
Yeah,
from feta.
from feta, feta the country. So yeah, anyways, but yeah, no, walked into Home Sense and I'm like, whoa, it's almost like walking into Lulu. It's I really don't leave my house.
Uh, Same.
Okay, I really don't leave my house. Oh, speaking of
Ooh,
something's going
delivery.
in. Yeah,
Perf,
delivery. I think it's
perf.
probably Lulu. I got an email. It was like it's expected delays, and then today was like it's arriving. I bought a skirt, a Lulu skirt.
Where are we wearing this skirt?
It's like a fancy one, like I thought my conferences, like I always wear the same, like I don't have like nice teacher clothes, you know what I
Right.
mean? But I still want to be hip and cool.
It's
It's
exhausting.
exhausting. So yeah, so I bought one. It was like on the We Made Too Much. So it's supposed to be like the aligned material, which looks good on my waist and whatever. So it's like high waisted. So
Ooh.
I'll just like tuck in something in there.
It's kind of like a black pencil skirt type
Yes,
thing.
that's what it is. Yeah. Yeah,
I'm
Lulu black pencil skirt. I'm like, oh, that's
yes,
it was
Lulu.
50% off. Yeah. I was like, oh, that's fun.
Okay.
And I bought Jeff a pair of pants. I bought Danika's gift and a gift for Dia. Anyway, we'll see. We'll see. Like Jeff's pants, it's almost like the neighbor had them and then they just delivered it. It's literally like I ordered them and then the next morning they were here. He's like, those are the pants we ordered yesterday. I'm like, yes, like the neighbor had them. And
From
then
Lulu.
from Lulu, yeah. Also, I think that's what I'm going to start doing is buying men's pants. Like I struggle finding men's not men's pants that are like loose on the legs and like with the that look lo.
Yeah.
No, the look lo,
Yeah.
the yeah. And they're just not long enough. And if I go small, they don't fit my ass. And so it's been hard. And then so I went to Alo when we were in Toronto and I found those like really nice pants. And so I'm like, oh my God, they fit perfect, so long, whatever. And so when I went to go get another color, I realized I was in the men's section. I was like,
Ah,
that's why. And then I told the girl, I'm like, oh, these are men. She goes, oh, they're very unisex. Like it's all good. But she's like, most people, they're too long on them. And I'm like, oh, they're not too long on moi.
I
Uh,
feel like I just saw Aloe as a brand.
oh, Alo is next level.
I
So
like didn't know it existed.
okay, so nice. I think it came into my life like last year or the year before. It's so nice. It's a more expensive than Lulu.
Okay.
Um, because it's American. So like the minute you make that échange, it's just insane the price. So it's like it would be Lulu pricing, but American dollars. So then you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, yeah. But I got
They
the
actually
Black Friday sale. At least they have Black Friday sales. Like Lulu doesn't do Black Friday sales, right?
Lulu is just like this is where I'm at.
Yeah.
Want it, buy, pay for it, or else
Or
too
else the
bad.
next girl will. Yeah, no, 1,000,000%. And you know what? It's working. Good for them.
I that reminded me of aloe.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's aloe or aloe. I'm not sure.
One of their like ads came across my Facebook and the model was extremely thin in
Mhm.
the ad. Did you see this
Is
ad?
it the ad with the skiing?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I thought, interesting. I just thought I feel like we're at a point where most brands are really purposefully trying not to
Use
use
that. Use that.
really
Use
thin
that.
models.
Yeah.
But it's almost like I also hate that people are commenting on her body
Hmm.
and judging her for thinness and telling her to eat a burger
Hmm.
where you could do the same it's that is the same thing as telling someone that's overweight to eat a salad.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. But I just thought I don't know how I like feel about it, but I just went interesting.
Yeah, no, I do find that interesting. There's been a few ads that I've seen that the model is so thin, like
Yeah.
so thin. It's not a thigh gap, it's like a thigh valley. Like
I
it's
don't
just
know if you guys I found it, but I don't know if you guys I don't know if you can really see the scope of how thin she is.
yeah. Um I do have to say though that like their all around look is very much like their pants were not flattering on someone with my body type or my,
Okay.
you know what I mean? So I'm
Okay.
thinking upper body, and then I found those like very loose. Don't know if you saw, but I wore them flying. So
Yeah.
that's not a typical look for me, but I can typically not find pants that fit my waist and my legs and the length. Like the whole combination of my body doesn't work out that way.
Yeah.
Um, but they're like tight, like you know how Lulu is very flattering on like most of their styles are flattering on all bodies. their style is like it doesn't even have like a big band here. It's like a small band. Like the is yeah, you would have to have be very thin for it to and I don't like say what is flattering. That's a perspective as well, right? What is
Yeah.
flattering? Um, but yeah, no, yeah.
Okay.
Also Skims or there's one though that it's like a
Oh my gosh.
yeah. Yeah, I know you know. So there's one where it's about like putting on like a kind of like something to tighten it up under like a dress or whatever. Guys, the person is so thin. And so, and like, listen, she can use the Skims, like all is good, but I'm like, very interesting that the brand would have used her as a model to promote their product because their product is about, not hiding the bumps, but kind of hiding the bumps. And this girl was beyond thin. And again, I hate saying that because that's my perspective that she's beyond thin. Like, so I'm like, ah.
I feel the same way, but I was curious to see how you I can't find the Skims one, but I do remember seeing that ad and
I think I
thinking,
sent it. I like did a screenshot and I sent it to you. It was like, oh my God, like what is happening?
and I think I'm not judging when I see it. I think when I see a brand representing when I see a brand choosing certain models to represent their brand, I'm not saying good, bad. It's just like interesting. It's like an observation. That's my
Yeah.
perspective on it. Um,
Yeah. And I'm more like, what was the angle for this one? Like, because we're business owners, we market shit and we know like kind of like what's the intention or what's the angle or who are you serving? Right? Like who are you serving with this product? And it's like, I don't know if this is who you're serving.
do you think that brands have a responsibility to is it the brand's responsibility to have models to represent different body types, ethnicities? Like, do you think that is a brand responsibility?
A big question.
It is a big question.
I think they need to sit there and be like, who is our target consumer? Like, who are we trying to sell to? And then they get to decide who they want to sell to. It's almost like, listen, if they are deciding to be a brand that does not, carry bigger sizes or whatever, you can be upset, but at the same time, like, oh, that's just not for me. Like, that product is not for me. And like, it is what it is. It's almost like, I don't know, the Pipper bra line who's only for small boob people. Like, are you upset with them? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just
No.
not, it's no, they're not for your body type. So, yeah, I don't, their responsibility, that's huge.
I think it's almost like gone too far one way, where it's where we expect
Every single brand to like be for
and
everyone. I'm like, well, that's not the idea of a brand then.
and even just like as far as like brands like responsibilities outside of just marketing, just like how they're making their products and all of that. I think it is their responsibility, but I think it's also the consumer's responsibility.
1,000,000%.
And if something is important to you, then you need to do your research and decide where you spend your money because literally where you spend your money is your biggest vote. Like
Yeah.
if you want to support brands that are inclusive of all sizes, then you need to figure out what those brands are and you support them and you don't support other brands.
Yeah.
So I think it's both.
It's almost like getting upset with like brand not not high quality. Very expensive brands, luxury brands, okay?
Okay, yeah.
So like you could be like, I'm upset that this purse is $5,000. I
Yeah.
cannot afford this person. I will never be able to. It's almost like saying, I am upset that you don't make that pair of pants in my size because I'm never gonna lose the weight to be able to whatever. Like I find that is the exact same. I do sometimes, okay, this happened to me. So I went to Indigo, and Dia's been like, I don't know if your kids are into jelly cats. Do you know what jelly cat is? So Dia's right into jelly cats right now, which is like just a tutu. It's just a fluffy, a stuffy. That's it. Okay.
Absolutely not.
No, I know. So they're very expensive.
Of course
And
they are.
yeah. And so she saw this Jellycat. We went to Indigo. There was one of them left. And she's like, I want this Jellycat. And she like is like in a very funny, she has a way to like make you want to fucking buy the Jellycat. So I'm like, oh well, that could be a gift from like Pepe Jean or Nick, whatever. You know what I mean? Like all good. Um, so I go to buy it and I don't look at the price. And I get to the cashier and she says 69, whatever. The tutu is like this big, this tiny lo. Absolutely not. Okay, so I'm like, oh, so what did you say? Because I go beep, and then I go, what did you say? It was 69. I'm like, oh no, I just have the stuffy. I thought she did times two. Like there's something. She goes, oh no, that's the price of the stuffy. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, you can return it again. Like I'm returning it right now,
You
straight
had
up.
actually tapped and beeped.
Beeped, everything paid.
Wow.
Yeah. The receipt hasn't printed yet.
Okay.
And I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I did not know. And she's like, yes, it's a jelly cat. And I'm like, are you fucking serious right now? Okay. I'm like, oh, I know it's a jelly cat. It's a tutu. There's nothing special about it. It doesn't smell special. There's nothing other than just you stamped it jelly cat and some influencer on TikTok made it a thing. Now you can charge families $70 for a tutu, a random teddy bear. Nothing special about it. It's not made of special fucking wool. That's the one. That is 70. That one. That's the one with the pajamas. That is the $70 one. So she goes, oh, there's some online that this is her. Oh, it's collectibles. More. We're not collecting them. So like I'm not collecting these. This will be the next thing next week because it's just a tutu. Like every other fucking tutu that I give away at my sales. You know, when I do the sales for the
Yes.
kids, there's a whole
Yes.
shelf of tutu. Take it for
Yes.
free, zero
Yes.
dollars.
Yes.
That tutu that I'm gonna pay $70 is gonna be on that shelf next year. For
Yeah.
sure, it's not special. Look.
No.
So then she goes, "Oh my God, like there's some that are so rare that they sell for thousands of dollars online." And I said, "I am upset by this conversation.
This is
Families
you having a conversation with the
She
lady at
thought I
Chapters.
must have been like the biggest Grinch. Okay. I said, there are families that struggle. She must have been like, this girl is struggling in life. Okay. I'm like, there are families that struggle to pay their groceries, and people are selling their tutus for $1,000. Like, think about how disconnected we are to like what we're doing. I just like had like it's a very Tom moment where
Okay.
I just like was like, I'm not okay with selling because tutu. Listen, shoes, special leather, special whatever. Okay, fine. Even then, like yuck. But these brands have like built up to like being Prada or being whatever, and good for them, and we know it. But this is literally a teddy bear.
Yeah.
Like this is a teddy bear. You're taking
Yeah.
advantage. Who is an adult? At least the shoes and the Prada is for adults. They're grown ass adults. They can decide whatever they want to do with their money and their thousands of dollars of purses. Sure. But this is a teddy bear. I just like I couldn't. I was like, and so I had to have a conversation with Dia. I'm like, hey, my intentions were pure. I went to go buy the teddy bear. Did you look at the price? She goes, no. I'm like, it was $70. I said, for $70, you know what we could do with $70? That like would be worth it. This is a tutu dia. She goes, oh, there's some that are cheaper. I'm like, perfect. I just want you to know you're not getting that tutu. Like, and that's where I draw the line. Do I have $70? Of course I do, Alicia.
Yeah. It's a standard.
I was like, oh my God. When she said thousands of dollars, I'm like, that is upsetting me because clearly these are families purchasing this for their kids. Though. Who else? Like just an adult who's collecting jelly cat?
There is definitely adults that are collecting
Yeah,
jelly
and
cats.
making money off of other families that are buying it for whatever. Like
Oh, you're
I
upset.
was really upset by that. I was like,
Okay.
$30 is like the max that I would pay for a tutu.
And even then, I'm
And
reluctant and I'm
even then,
annoyed.
and it's super annoyed. Super,
Super annoyed.
yeah.
Hate stuffies.
This is a 12.99 product. 12.99 is what this.
Yeah, Piper asked for Air Force Ones,
I don't know what that is.
Nike sneakers.
Okay, okay, okay.
And like you can't even like find them. I don't even know what's happening in the world. Like Foot Locker is not at the mall anymore, by the way. And Like I don't.
Did you walk past where you thought Foot Locker was gonna be and it wasn't there?
Well, I was like, oh fuck. I looked it up online, I think, and I was
Okay,
like,
okay,
there's
okay,
no
okay.
Foot Locker. Even like sports check, a big sports check, and I was like, I went in to buy basketball sneakers. They're like, we don't carry it. I'm like, you're a shoe store, sports store, I guess.
See, here's the thing. They just cannot have the
No.
that in stock, like or in
Yeah.
store.
Yeah.
Everything online, they're gonna
Yeah.
have big warehouses, and that's where the shit is.
Yeah.
And which I'm like, that's where people sometimes make comments about small businesses, and I'm like, do you understand that like this would not be profitable? We if you
Oh,
want me to stay open, I need to be profitable.
yeah.
They're like, oh, this, listen, do you want this service or not? And if you do want it, I need to be profitable. Therefore, there needs to be a cost.
Yeah.
What is happening? It's like everyone,
Yeah.
we want businesses to like keep being open, but we don't want to pay. And I'm like, that the business can't stay open if it's not profitable.
I think at the end of the day, too, it is literally just people's standards. People's perception of what's worth it is what they're like willing to pay for. Do you know what
Oh,
I mean?
yeah.
And also just kind of like societal norms. Like I think all the time when I go to the nail salon and it's jam packed. And that's not inexpensive to get your nails done and to maintain your nails. And
And
I
it's
think
also
about,
not
okay,
like it's not a necessity in life. Like it's not like a
no
what was that called during the pandemic? They just
essential service.
essential, yeah. It's
So
not
I was like, they need to rethink what is an essential service right now. But that's like, let's say that's $60, $70 with tax and a tip every single month. And I only go once a month.
Mhm.
And I just think about my willingness to pay for that. And sometimes our willingness to not pay for like a service or like coaching or personal development. It's like, because I can't like see it.
Yes.
I just find that interesting the way that we've progressed throughout society and our willingness to pay for a thing or a
Product.
service that we can see,
Yeah.
but not a service like for here.
Oh yeah, no. So a service or a product. This is still a product. I got nails. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yes.
No, definitely. It's within our culture. We haven't made it normal to pay for services in our culture, and maybe it's because of Medicare, because of like services are. We're hoping they're covered. We're hoping they're. You know what I mean? That I can save my money to purchase things.
I also think it's partly because let's say I want to start making reels. Okay. I could take a course on reels. I could hire a reels course, a reels coach, right?
Right.
I could, but I could also figure it out on my own.
Oh yeah, it's very possible for you to figure it out on your own. Yeah.
But will it take longer?
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like, do I value, and if I hire this like coach, okay,
Right.
or take a course,
Yeah.
that's also, it's not just that they're going to help me implement the idea.
Mm.
They're going to help me stay connected.
Yeah.
There's the power of like a community of other people that are also making reels.
Yeah.
And it's just the difference between do I want to pay someone that has knowing
Mm.
that can help me implement? We don't need knowledge anymore. Knowledge, it is 2025.
Information. We do not need more information.
Information is the most accessible thing ever right now.
Mhm.
It's what we need to figure out is to get help with is implementing.
Yeah. Yeah. And there are resources out there to help you implement shit. Right. But we're just like trying to get more information in and think that the information that we might not know right now is going to be the driving factor to action. And unfortunately, like it's community connection, accountability, and all of that support that is going to help us actually put shit into action. And also I'm thinking like we could just do our own nails as well. Like, you know what
Absolutely.
I mean? Like we could do our own nails and we
They
don't.
would not look like this.
They would not look like this, right?
Kevin crushes it.
Yeah. Did you say Kevin?
That's my nail guy,
Nail guys,
Kevin.
Kevin. Um, yeah, so they would not look like this. They would take longer and not like I would have to do them more often. And according to my disposable income, this works out for me. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? But there's other things that I do not put my disposable income on, like a $70
like
tutorial.
stuffing.
Listen, and I'm all for like it's special, it's like branded, it's whatever, like, oh, it's a special brand. But when it comes to stuffies, there is no brand. Like it could be a Prada stuffy, and I think you're ridiculous. You know what I mean? So this is a jelly cat. I'm like, just because you got a fancy influencer to talk about it, literally, there's nothing special about this cat. They just got the right influencer. That's a thing right now. It's like it's not
Oh,
really a good brand. It's just influencer, like whatever. And this is what's happening.
and if you can create this like thing where like tweens want it, you have made it. But like, is that a sustainable business model? Is that long term?
Yeah.
Will jelly cats be here in 3 years with their
Yeah.
$70 stuffies?
Mm-hmm. They need to
Not
keep
sure.
being in the trend.
I did spend a significant amount of money on hoodies for my daughters.
Okay.
It was this brand. I feel like,
Is it White Fox? I heard about this.
no, yeah, it's not White Fox. It's similar. They're called Dandy.
Oh, no, I haven't heard about that here.
Like I shipped it from America.
Wow.
But they're really nice. I'm going to show
Okay.
you.
Yeah, show me. We need to be done
Um,
in 3 minutes. We did not talk anything related to weight loss, but like, you guys, sometimes this is what it is. And you were just a part of this conversation, and you're
I
welcome.
think they probably appreciate this conversation
Yeah, no,
sometimes.
agreed.
And if you want weight loss conversations, come inside our membership.
Yeah.
Okay, like they're so pretty.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, those sunset things. Yeah, she's definitely shown me this.
Yeah, and it's like it's like not like printed on there, it's like stitched.
Oh wow. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. So that was like the girls like kind of special gift. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
I see. I see.
Let's see.
I don't know. I'm getting very like things we're getting into that the thick of it where our kids are very expensive. Like actually
Yeah.
Noah's not expensive at all right now, like to the
Okay.
point like where he doesn't even eat, so don't even count.
Okay.
But he's not expensive at all. And the other day he wanted something was $8 and it was an app. It was like a one-time fee. And I was like, sure, like you can have it. And then Jeff was like, he has that app at your mom's, like he can play it. And I'm like, listen, $8 is a Starbucks drink that Dia asks us literally every day. Like,
Yeah.
give him this $8 app that he
Yeah.
never asked for anything. Like, he literally costs us zero money. Uh,
Yeah.
yesterday, we needed to put Dia in a competition. We didn't need to, but like, if not, then what are we doing in skating if you're not in
Right.
competitions?
Yeah.
$140 to enroll her in a competition. $140 for 2 minutes on the ice. I was like, wow, okay, I see. I see here. And I'm like, that's not like her fee to like be in figure skating. You know what I mean? So that was like, I was like, man, things are like just throwing in $140. And then I always compare it to like, that's 3 months at your weight loss. You know what I mean? Oh my goodness. And parents, we just tend to not be able to be like, you know what I mean? It's like
It's hard. It's hard for us to spend that on
it's hard.
ourselves.
And I'm just like I had a moment, we're gonna have to be done here, but honestly, I think that sport, like having all of our kids in so many sports, like the culture that we've started within or whatever, like leaves literally no quality of life for the parents. Like every weekend's about that. Like there's nothing like it's all about sports, which I'm like all for because it is what it is and they need to be in things. But I'm like, holy shit, it takes away the quality of the relationship. The dad's here, the mom's here all weekend. This is what we do. I'm like, oh, I feel like sad I've had people be like, my kid's in hockey and it's like we never see each other. And I was
I
like,
mean,
oh,
some people enjoy it.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And quality of life is also perspective.
Yeah.
Everyone feels like that looks different, you know?
Yeah. Okay.